Good morning, everybody. Excuse me. Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing this morning? Everything okay? All right. Let's see. Well, part of the big news, at least benefits me to a certain degree, is the crypto market crashed and is still crashing. There's not really a lot of reasons for it, except that it's always been unstable. It's always been corrupt, and I guess this is just what happens. It cost the Trump family's businesses $1 billion yesterday. I couldn't stop dancing all day. It was just, that's one of those things that just makes you really, really happy. And you know when you're dancing around and yelling and having a good time, that karma's going to kick you in the ass. But so what? Got him first. That's all I worry about. All right? So I don't know what's going to happen with that. The danger of crypto is that it's a lot of it's AI, and AI is probably the most dangerous thing in the world right now, next to a reactor meltdown. You know, it's just one of those things, and I don't know what to tell you about it. I've tried studying it. It's a little beyond my interest, which means it's very difficult for me to understand. When I don't understand something, when I don't like something, or I'm not interested in it, I find very difficult to understand it or to get involved in it, you know, so I don't. Alright, that's that one. Now, a volcano erupted in Ethiopia for the first time in 10,000 years. This kind of stuff intrigues me. It means that pressure's been building up for 10,000 years, and finally something caused the cap on the volcano to weaken, or for the plasma inside it to find a new home. And it blows the top off of a volcano. Now this happens on a small scale, relatively not that much. You know, but this is special. It was in Ethiopia. They were lucky. I mean, I guess that's the one that did it, because I don't think there's a lot of population in the area or anything like that. But you've got ash clouds all over the place, all over the world from this thing. It's a very big volcano, apparently. It's not some of these little things that go off, you know, like you see in geysers or something in Yellowstone or something like that. No, this is for real. And they're lucky that nobody was around, because if they were around, they're not around anymore, because apparently this was a real big surprise. Apparently this volcano, you know, this is 10,000-year-old volcano. It's pretty isolated, you know, nobody really, half the people, I bet you there's 90% of the people watching this didn't even know it existed, unless they study volcanoes. I don't think anybody was ready for this one. Could have been a lot worse, but it makes me wonder, you know, what's going on beneath the surface of the earth, you know, that's causing this to happen now, 10,000 years later. Why? You know, and I'm sure geologists will come up with some really goofy story why, and we're expected to understand it, and we won't. And, you know, we're supposed to care, and we won't. So everybody says, well, it's Ethiopia. It's not affecting me, and that's the way it goes, folks. If something doesn't affect you, you don't give a shit. Okay? Or your country or whatever. You don't give a crap. 90% of the people don't give a crap. I don't give a crap because I give a crap only because I'm curious as to why this happened, and is it a sign of something else? You know, that's the way I work. Sorry if that upsets people, but that's the way I work, and I really don't know. Anyhow, what else is happening? You know about the volcano. It's in Ethiopia. I tell you it was in Ethiopia. You know about the crypto crash, which I guess nobody cares about either. But I do because it's something wrong with the stock market, because the stock market's going way up. And there's just something wrong about that right now, because this is the beginning of the season for year-end profit taking. And it's not going that way. So I'm beginning to worry that there's something really big and nasty coming with the stock market and the economy. Because, Donald, he just loves to fuck things up. So I have to wait and see what happens there. I don't know how to predict things or anything. I'm just saying that to me it would appear that profit taking should be coming right around the corner, and that the stock market's going way up. That means people are putting money and they're buying stocks, and I don't think at this time of year that's a good idea. But what do I know? If I was that smart, I'd be rich instead of sitting here in Colombia making videos for YouTube. I mean, seriously. All right, now here's a good one. Kelly. Kelly, who was indicted with the other because he said that the American soldiers shouldn't obey illegal orders. Well, that's Article 92. I said 82 during the week last week or something. It's Article 92 of what do they call it? Well, it's the Code of Military. I forgot the name of it now. Military justice. Anyhow, it's how you're supposed to act under certain circumstances in the military. And when I say the military, it's Army, Navy, Marine Corps, Coast Guard. Everybody that takes that oath has to say we're going to agree to the Military Code of Justice. I'm not sure if that's what it's the right terminology for it, but anyhow, and it's been around for years. 92 says that you shouldn't have to obey illegal orders. You're supposed to refuse to obey illegal orders. And then he's being charged with treason, or trying to charge him with treason and sedition and all this other stuff, because he read that. I don't know why they singled him out as an individual. He's a hero. He's a war hero. He's an astronaut. He's everything you want in the world. He's what you want your kids to grow up to be, okay? And I forgot the lady's name. Isn't that sad? That's just really... Hold on a second. Let me get that information for you. Trump's upset because the case against them was dismissed. And now he's still going after them. And he's upset that this attorney that he put in charge has been disqualified. And it's Latia James is the other person involved in this lawsuit. I don't know what the whole thing is all about. I don't think she said anything, but anyhow, it's I don't know how to put it. I mean, they're actually doing what they're supposed to do, saying what is the law, and they're being Trump wants to prosecute them for it. He's got a Pentagon investigation going. That's Hegseth, and that's always a good sign, because Hegseth can't read. He's just, Trump says, go do this, and Trump goes, and Hegseth goes and does whatever Trump says and says, yes, Daddy. I mean, I just think it's kind of a dumb move, but it's what they do. And that's just a thing, I mean, I don't understand why. Well, I do, But Trump's using everything to get even with people. And the problem he's going to have is that these people, when he's out of office, he has to die. Natural causes, but he has to die or he's going to end up in jail. And I mean it. I don't think they're going to let him out to walk around. They're going to come after him like nobody's business. And I deservedly so, because he's just such a, I don't know what you call Trump. He said douchebag, and everybody goes along with that. I mean, it's like idiot. You know, everybody knows who you're talking about. Douchebag, they know who you're talking about. You know, unless there's a different context. You know. But Donald just, I'm sorry, but he's not a smart man. You know, he just isn't. And I don't know how you can impress that more. Now, they gave a thing about this, and I talked about this the other day, and I don't think anybody listens to me, so that's why I get upset when I see somebody else saying exactly what I said, but days after I said it. And I know these people don't pay any attention to what I say. But with health care, I'm going to say, when he first became elected, he was going to say, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get rid of Obamacare. We have a plan. No, they don't. They didn't. As far as I can tell, if I remember correctly, the Senate and Congress submitted 2 plans that were rejected by one or the other, the Senate or the Congress, as not being effective. And that was the end of it. They never really got around to, doing anything about it. Then, this time around, he said he said the same thing several times. The Republicans have said this several times, and now what they've done is they're making health care so expensive that the average individual can't afford it, and they're saying we're going to give the people the money and they can buy it themselves. The reason people don't buy it themselves is because it's too damn expensive. And this isn't, you give them the money now. This isn't, they're not buying health insurance forever. They buy it a year at a time. You don't get it for 10 years. The physical you'd have to go through to get it for 10 years is ridiculous. I don't know the whole ins and outs of this stuff, but I do know that the Republicans have never been able to come up with anything. The reason Obamacare was there was that there was a stalemate in Congress and nobody was doing anything, and Obama couldn't get anybody to agree on anything in his party or their party, so he did a executive order to get it through. And that pissed off everybody. But that's the way it is, And going back to this, Trump wants to give the money directly to the people, and then they got to negotiate with the insurance companies. Insurance companies would be looking at a massive windfall if that's the case. And insurance companies, I don't even know how they make money. They make money by the longer you stay alive. They invest your money. Okay, it's not in their best interest for you to be sick or to die. It's in their best interest for you to be healthy. All right? But preventative care can get extremely expensive. Doctors want a lot of money to say hello to you. My insurance down here is set up such that I end up seeing specialists all the time. So I pay about 2,000 or 3,000 pesos, which is less than $1 right now, in my fees to see these people. My regular doctor is basically the same as a practical nurse. You know, they're not very. That's what they are basically. You know, and I deal with that, and that's fine. They're good people, and they know they know who to refer me to. You know, and there's a list of people that they can refer you to. You know, and I have my specialists that I like. I have one guy that I go to for, and he told me I could see anybody, and I said, yeah, but not everybody speaks English. You know, so that's why I'm here. That's my skin cancer doctor. Do I think he's the best? I don't know. You know, I just know that he speaks English, and his manner, his bedside manner is enjoyable, and he's pretty honest with me and whatnot. You know, and I do what he says. That's it. All right. So, you know, what can I tell you all? Well, that's going to get expensive, giving the money to people. And the other thing that's going to really bother me, and it presents an extreme problem, is Kelly and Latia, because that is such an outrageous thing. And basically the Justice Department is doing his bidding without any, I don't know, without any justification, you know, for justice. This is just really strange. But that's Donald for you. You know, he's a vengeful prick. And he does it that way because there's no way he can get around these people by not doing something outrageous, because they're smarter than he is. And he resents the shit out of that. And he resents the shit out of that when they catch him doing something wrong and he has to change his mind. That just really pisses him off. You know, and that's what happens all the time with him, because he's an idiot. You know, you've seen the stuff come up on the internet. He says, we're in a time period now where if you say the word idiot, everybody knows who you're talking about, you know? Look who's here. What's up, Lucy? What's the matter? You all right, baby girl? All your friends are watching you right now, you know? And you're trying to hide. That's all right. Your food wasn't enough this morning? Well, you'll get lunch today, okay? All right? Okay? Good enough for you? All right, go ahead. So, anyhow, we're at that time of the day. Hit the subscribe button, say hello, and I will definitely talk to you tomorrow, you know? If you got something you want me to talk about besides what Lucy's doing, because Lucy basically sleeps all day. She's worse than a cat. A cat sleeps 16 hours a day. I think Lucy sleeps 18 hours a day. She doesn't sleep at night. She's very watchful of everything I do at night. And that sometimes she wakes me up because if there's thunder or something, she'll get scared. And she'll come up and curl up against my face, which is not something I enjoy. I love her, but that's a little too much, Lucy. Back off. All right, so that's it for today. And hit the subscribe button. Say you like me or say you hate me. At least I know you're around. And I will talk tomorrow.